All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about, Dave Ramsey's philosophies and kind of debunking several of those. This is a series that I'm doing to kind of introduce you to some truths that you may not have come across yet. So, especially if you've been immersed in like Dave's world, and I've gone through his material, so I'm not here to throw him under the bus or bash him. He's doing a good thing and helping people. It's just that if you're in the online marketing space, make money online space, and you go through Dave's stuff, it's like the slow lane, and there are better ways to get there if you adopt some things that are counterintuitive or whatever, the opposite of what Dave is teaching and stuff. And so I've been through his books, I've been through his courses, I even own his books, own his the DVD box set back when I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but I have it for my own library because it's good information if you know nothing about finances and stuff, but it's just not the best information in my opinion. What Dave preaches ignores a lot of the way of that modern money works. So it's a kind of way outdated philosophies, and he preaches things about getting out of debt, which is interesting because all money comes from debt. Everybody's in debt. Dave's in debt. That's where money comes from. So we all have debt. So in this video, I want to talk about something that I like about Dave. I was trying to remember it this week and it finally came to me, and it was just broke versus poor. And he said broke is like having no money in the bank account, which I've been broke, but I can't really say I've ever been poor, because poor really is a state of mind. I hate using the word poor, but there's a lot of poor people out there, and they'll always be poor. Some people can snap out of it if they get the right information and if they want to change. But there's so many poor people out there, which just is a huge opportunity for the rest of us that aren't poor-minded and want something more in life, and hopefully, if you're watching this video, you may be broke, but hopefully you're not poor. And all that means, again, it's just mental. I was broke because I just didn't have the right mental models, mental mindsets, hadn't read a lot of books yet, and I just didn't have a strategy that I knew that worked, or if I did, I wasn't confident in it. But you just need to get around people that are crushing it, and you'll get the more you hang out with people that are successful, that will rub off on you. And so so I would highly recommend that. You've heard of starting a mastermind and stuff. So get around people that are crushing it. Get around if you've got friends that are dragging you down, or all your friends are broke, get new friends. Those can be seasonal friends or whatever. Maybe they served your life for a season, but if you're always out partying and drinking, and that's draining your bank account, you can be using that as that money that you're using to go to concerts and whatever as a budget to start a business. So just kind of a recap of some of these videos so far. I've told you to start a business, told you why credit is awesome, and why you should learn the whole credit game and credit scores, because it can help you get funding, so especially if you're in a position like I was, where I was just broke at a job. I went to college and got a degree, and I just wasn't ever good at the whole job getting game, from the resumes to the interviews to just selling myself. And I had a lot of skills, very talented, but I just wasn't good at that game. And even if I was, it wasn't for me. I didn't like the idea of being trapped in a job for 20, 30, 40 years. It just didn't seem like a good use of my time. And so so we talked about that, and then that all modern money comes from debt. So again, I think it's kind of ironic that Dave tells you how to, is trying to convince you to get out of debt, when everybody at least in this country, is in debt. That's where money comes from. That's where it's created. But I just want to address the poor versus broke thing. If you're poor, I don't know, go watch some inspirational videos. It's something that you have to want and change for yourself. There's no course that you can take that's going to give you permission to unporify your mind or whatever. It's just something you got to want for yourself, and as soon as you want it, you can find the strategy that works. But like, there's people that have a lot of even people that have a lot of money that have a poor mindset and stuff. But if you're just someone who's broke, but you got a good mindset and you want a lot for yourself, for your family, and you're just like, I just need a strategy to implement. I need something that works because, like for instance, the credit game. You're not stupid. You're just ignorant. You just probably had no idea about the truths of the credit scores and credit, and like that you could boost your credit score, you can increase your credit limit, like it's just a game. And even if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. Like nobody can predict the future, so you're not dumber than like CEOs out there. People make wrong decisions all the time and get into mountains of debt, and a lot of that stuff, those mistakes can just be written off. Hospitals, for instance, they have millions of dollars in debt that people aren't able to ever pay, and they write those off each year. So debt, again, it's created from nothing. It is nothing. It's just monopoly money, even more so than the game Monopoly. Like, it's funny that how ironic it is that the thing that we think is the most real is the most fake of all. So it's just a game, and when you learn how to play, you can win, and you learn the rules and stuff. Just learn the system and use it to your advantage. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to change it. Don't do it Dave's way. Dave is the hard, slow way. It's not how modern money works. And the more you learn how it really works and lean into that, you're going to get ahead way faster, just because you're working with the system, not against it. So if you're someone who's just broke right now, unbrokify your life, start a business. Maybe get, I will say this, I don't like this about Dave's philosophies, but like, if you have the wiggle room, if you need the money to start a business, if you can afford to do it, go get a second job, get a side job if you can afford to do it, or whatever. Obviously that's not scalable to infinity, because we only got 24 hours in a day. There's only so many second or third jobs you can get. But if you need a little extra money, start a little side hustle, maybe flip stuff on Craigslist or whatever, OfferUp, or drive for Uber or Instacart or something. Just go get some extra money to set up that business. That's probably going to cost you a couple $100 if you go through like a accountant or something like that, like I did, and I recommend. Go get you some credit cards. Again, credit by itself is not, you're not hurting yourself by going to get a credit card, just opening it up. It's just potential energy. You're not using it yet. And I definitely wouldn't recommend going to buy Prada handbags or anything like that unless you're going to flip them. But you need to use your money to invest in assets, things that are going to produce more money. So if you know something and you know some sort of investment that you can pour it into, cool, do that. But if you don't, there's tons and tons of ways out there. You can do what I do and what I teach. So again, start a business, get a loan, start a credit card or whatever. I recommend getting a business credit card because you're going to get way more business credit. But if all you got to work with right now is your personal credit cards and stuff, you can do that. Apply for another one, request a credit limit increase. Once you do that, you'll have some money, because I just showed you how to get it, told you how to get it and where to go. Just go to Amex or whatever, go to prosper.com. These are really easy to get money from. And then you can go to SEOaffiliatedomination.com/apply, and that'll give you more information about our program and what we do and teach. And this isn't something new. This is something we've been doing for several years now ourselves and teaching other people. All these people are people that have had success with our course. It's not just like random people that we paid on Fiverr to do review videos, and these aren't just like students, these are successful students. So these are just a sampling of some of them. We've got lots more testimonials, but we just put a handful on the page. These are the price of the program, and we've even got little different payment plans for all different budgets and stuff. So this is something that's simple, scalable, sustainable. It's been working for years. I just told you where to go get the money. You'll have more than enough for the program and a budget to aggressively implement what we teach, because the cost of the tools and stuff you need is very inexpensive. We take folks into consideration that were where I was when I started out, which was basically nothing but I had some knowledge of credit and credit cards and stuff, so that was my form of leverage. So that's one thing you can do. Again, I'm not saying it's the only thing, but it is a very something very sustainable and evergreen, which is important. And also we teach you how to create passive income, which is extremely important, because a lot of the other ways, methods, online, offline, that do work and maybe can get you a decent amount of money quicker, whatever, they're very active, and eventually you're going to want to take a break. But a lot of those methods for making money, whenever you take a break, you don't get paid. You don't make money that day. And the cool thing about what we do and teach is as you're building this snowball of passive income, once you take your foot off the accelerator, it still keeps rolling, and compounding, or at least paying you the same or relatively the same amount what you're getting paid each month. So it's really cool, and that can happen for months and years and years. And that's what has happened to me. I've made over multi-six figures for the last 4 to 5 years, and it's been 100% on autopilot. And I know a lot of people say that, but that's just the truth. Literally, if I did nothing for the last 4 years straight, I would make over 6 figures a year, which I think is pretty cool. That's what most people are working towards, their little fantasy for retirement, and that's what kind of Dave promises. But he, is saying that, it's going to take you 40, 50 years to get there. But the problem with that is doing it Dave's way is that if you do make it to retirement at 60, 70, whatever, you're old. And we can teach you how to get there in 2 years or less. So if you want to learn more about that, again, you can go to seoaffiliatedomination.com/apply. And hopefully you got some value out of this video.